and live on Instagram. Let's see how well this works. I'm not sure where I'm going to set this guy up. We're going to have a proper pad for this. So, mess around while I set up the rest of the stuff. Not ideal as a physical setup, man. But here we are. We'll try it out. We'll do that for now. So, got my Reflectix. This is a partial rebuild, if you will. It'll change how I'm attaching the Reflectix a little, using a bit of Velcro to separate it from the window. Already an air gap gives you double the effectiveness of this. So we'll go with the air gap. See how this goes. Ooh. Gotta get it in without sticking. Ha! That's the fun part. Okay, you can go there. You can touch there. You can go there. And you got two of them up. Now to the other side. Then once I get the heater and all, show you what it is. If you haven't already seen some of the live streams, I'll show you what the heater is. Oh, look. Huh. I came off with it. So my Velcro came off with the other one. Oops. Good morning. I want to put the seat back. It's easier to put these in. Because I've only been sleeping about 6 hours lately. I got up way too early because of daylight savings times. Because I was tired too early because of daylight savings times. So, here we are. Hello, Trixie. We have a visitor. Hello, Trixie. How are you? Yes,
Hi.
puppies. Oh my goodness, yes. It's been a while.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good,
Oh,
good.
we've been on a holiday.
Have a good week. Walk. I don't go for walks. I go to pet with the dogs, and sometimes they come by and they like me because I give them lots of pets. All right. You go there. Just there. This one isn't quite perfectly set up yet. I have to redo this. I don't like that, but I will work on how effective that is after. It's all stage work, it's all work in progress, right? Alright, so get this. Let's do the other side windows and do the two fronts, and then we'll get the heating going. I can kind of bring you along. It's gonna be a little more challenging. This one I can't change the video around. So, yeah, I don't like the white, so I'll have to change them. But for now, they're there, they're working. There we go, that one. Which one is you? Here's the other driver's side. Can't really do this with two hands. I mean, need a proper, need a proper setup. And I can. Alright, we'll just try to do it this way. This one I still have to modify for the new idea. Give that 1 inch gap around the Reflectix. Well, between the Reflectix and the window, is the proper way to put it. And good testing to find out how this stuff works in the cold too. Because it gets stiff like any other plastic would. It's not too bad. Get to the other side. And that's sorry for you YouTube people. I can't carry two devices around and do this at the same time, so it is what it is. go. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, yay. You hear cars going by because I'm doing this right outside my place. So, not some remote area. This is just me testing stuff out because I woke up way too early. I felt like doing something useful, interesting. Useful, interesting. I'm not sure how well the bike's picking up, but this is actually going in reasonably well. That'll be good. Yep. I got something in the back. Of course, it's buried. Now, hopefully you can hear me. Totally unprofessional, right? You bear with me. There you go. That's what I wanted. Hang on. All right. Connection. Is it really that bad over there? Oh, it's bad. Okay. Well, let's put one thing clear. Nothing starts before the o'clock. This also means I... Oh, okay. So, okay, where's it cut down to? 11 degrees, 12 degrees. It's still dropping. So the little temperature thing... still dropping. That's alright. So I'll put that on a little piece of Velcro so it's handy but out of the way. Let's see. That. And yes, I'll be nice enough and show the Fahrenheit version. Don't ask me what it is right now. But there's a button you can press that does the conversion for me. Let me just... where's a good place to put this? To get a... it's not going to be a perfect measurement no matter what I do, but I'm down to under 10.8. Just to kind of... oh, I need something thin to point in there. Alright. Nope, we'll do that. I'll find something. Anyways, I'm going to set the heater, and we'll explain what that is in a second. We'll set a heater right here. And we'll put that on the wall, because why not? And let's see, this is a lighter that is overly packaged. Like there's no edge to pull up on. There we go. Now, brand new. Hopefully this works. There's our safety. Okay, it works. Mostly. Okay, now for the heater idea. I've already put a video on my channel, my YouTube channel, my camping build playlist. And this is from, oh, what is that guy's name now? The three names. Thinking and Tinkering is a little title used in the card, but not the title of the channel. Robert Murray Smith. Now, this is not his idea, but his implementation I thought it was kind of cool. So, this stainless steel, believe it or not, is a toilet brush holder, and I've got it on. It is a you see, coffee is not for. See, you can't even start it. I can't even talk. It's on a paper towel, stainless steel paper towel holder. It is. You've got a candle. Candle heating is very inefficient because it just kind of goes up and disperses. But you put the heat into, well, not a hot surface, into here, it captures the heat and radiates it out. And this plastic is just part of this. So the stainless steel does well. It's cold to the touch. I don't have one of those fancy infrared thermometers, so you just have to take my word for it. Let's start the candle. There we go. Let me just set this down. There's good enough. Ta-da! All right, so for you YouTube people, that's it sitting right there. It's just the candle going up to this. You can still see my breath. And we'll measure temperature right now. 10 degrees Celsius. And what that is in Fahrenheit, it's like 10 degrees above freezing. So if that helps you. It doesn't stick very well. The sticking is not, it's too cold for it to stick, man. Yeah, let's go for YouTube people. Can I switch the camera? I can't switch the camera. But, where are we here? There's the setup. And then we'll see how this goes for a while. And then I just come out to my car and sit in the cold. Who the hell does this stuff? You know, crazy people. But I'm fortunate enough where I don't need to live in my car right now. Whether that happens in the future or not, who knows. But for now, I can do this testing. And it just doesn't stick very well in the cold. How's the poor connection? How's it got a poor connection suddenly? It was working just fine. Sorry about everything dropping. It's just, it is what it is. I don't really want to go into data because now hopefully it stays stronger now. The reflectors may be blocking the signal, but it's not really a metal, so. Okay. Oh my God, this isn't even YouTube dropping out. No, pardon me, that was Instagram. Do it on your camera. You run what you brung, as they say, right? Still 2 bars on the Wi-Fi, so might be pushing my Wi-Fi connection a little bit too. But here we are. What are we up to? It's temperature's still dropping, but that's slow to respond. It's down to 9.5. I don't know if I need something really small to poke inside of there. And my mailbox here might work. 49.1 Fahrenheit. There. Okay. Oh my God. YouTube or Instagram being really picky. I don't know if I can make this necessarily any better. Signal boost, but really it's right there. But there we are. You know, make what you make do with the equipment you got. And that is now too hot to the touch. I cannot touch because it's so hot. I don't want to knock it over. Not because I'm worried about it starting a fire, but the messy melted wax make is annoying. I accidentally spilled some of it early, well, a couple of weeks ago when I was doing some testing. I just put the flame out and I went to move the candle out from where it is, but I forgot and I tilted the candle and the wax was so melted and down it went. So luckily it just fell onto something and it just cleaned up. It's not hard, but yeah, what better things to do first thing in the morning? Just I go sit in the cold. You still see my breath. Oh, there we go. You can pick up that camera. This one picks up things a little bit better. But we'll see how long that takes. That's warming up pretty nicely in here. And is it up down? 9.7. So now it's starting to go. But you're still, it's still cold in here. I mean, sure. And my windshield is now completely fogged up. Be interesting to do some testing with that. I bought another thing, a little heater. That's the 12-volt heater. Oh my god, this is. This would be any better over here. Maybe I get a better signal there. No, we'll see. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have some. Well, I mean, have some convenient cup holders. I mean, I got two that are built into the seats, but I'm saying kind of across the seats, and not very convenient, is it? But yeah, Reflectix does a pretty good job at blocking stuff out. Oh. Yeah, let's come off a little. How irritating. That back window Reflectix is going to take a bit of finagling to get that to work. There. Or not. Let's try this without. Have it fall over. It's just, no matter what I do, it wants to rotate to the right. Stop rotating. Totally a professional setup this is. So, now I haven't got any of the windows open, so I'm not getting any airflow in here. What's it up to? 9.1, so it's dropped. Now, this will probably take a while, but it is radiating some heat. I mean, I can't touch the stainless steel at all. Neat thing about it is, to cool it down, you can grab it from the bottom and take it outside, and it cools down in seconds. But yeah, mostly nothing terribly complicated here. And it's gonna be relatively boring. I'll try to, entertain somehow. Coffee o'clock continues. But yeah, I'm planning to do some camping. Might even have to do some overnight stuff in the winter. So, well, this is helpful to test that out to see how effective it really is. I mean, I've got this little 12-volt heater. It just plugged. It's a small little handheld thing, and it's designed to help defrost windows, your windshield. So you just plug it into your 12-volt power and stick it onto your dash, and then point it at the window. Now you can pick it up and move it around too. It'll come off the little mount. I do not have the best setup for this at all. I got no real proper way. I have to do something about this. I saw some neat ideas where someone had in a 4Runner, but the idea still stands. Is he had a rack mounted on the inside of his vehicle, and it uses the grab handles for mounting points. So it's very strong, and he had fans mounted to his GoPros if he's doing some recording or whatnot. Hook up anything else. So that's a cool idea. I wish I just had something better. Next time, just you sit there. No, you're not gonna sit there. Reconnect. Less than ideal. Hopefully it works to keep it stable enough. And we'll see how it goes. Temperature, it's okay, 8.5. Oh, look at that, temperature's going down. But it's, I don't know, about 3 feet away, about 1 meter away from the heat source. Yeah, I can feel the heat off of this. I mean, this might be a neat idea. It might not actually do anything because it's so cold, or just take that much longer to warm up. Hang on, let me try. Keep back. I can't put it back all the way because I do have something right behind the seat, but I try to be in frame at least. And there it goes. Well, we got what we got. It's a horrible stream. It's a horrible stream. It is what it is. I'm not gonna stress over it because it's pointless. That is just too hot to touch, man. If it does fall over, it's gonna melt a little bit of the foam padding. Now, luckily, there is some foam padding there, and if it gets damaged, it's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna start a fire or anything like that. And before anybody says anything, I do have a fire extinguisher. Might be a bit of a challenge getting it out while we're, running around the back, open it up, and dig through my soft trunk. But you still see my breath. So this is interesting to see how the streaming works on two platforms. So YouTube gives me an account and just dropped to 0, but that's just life in donuts. But Instagram doesn't give me an account. Just tells me there's someone joined. Doesn't tell me when someone leaves. I don't know if someone is there or not still. Gig Carney showed up. I waved, but that was about it. We'll see. We'll keep doing the testing of the heating and go from there. It's just... Oh, this is going to keep coming off. Oh, whatever. 8.2. 50% relative humidity. And it's dropping because as this is adjusting to the temperature, but it hasn't raised up inside yet because of the heating system. I mean, I think this air is it's really tough for this to do it. Woo! That is hot, man. You will burn yourself. So there's a good heat, and it looks like it's neat idea, but how effective it really is in real world scenarios. And there goes Instagram live feed, poor connection. YouTube's still going, so yay for YouTube, but it's still picky. Well, suddenly it got... Oh. I looked at my Wi-Fi drop, but my iPad's still going. So, wacky. Again, learning about that too at the same time. See what works and what doesn't work. This may be one of those things where it just takes, a long time, or simply just can't output enough heat to offset this type of cold. I mean, one of the Chinese diesel heaters would be the, perfect little setup, but now the diesel heaters you can get those relatively cheap. I've actually seen them as cheap as $85 for once. Don't know if that's still kicking around or not. But then you want that really mounted on the outside. But if it's on the outside, then it's exposed to whomever can see it. So it could theoretically be stolen, assuming you're around people. Like, you can't really use a diesel heater in a vehicle for people who want to do stealth camping. Because if you're stealth camping, the exhaust makes a noise that you will hear. It's not a loud noise, because it's not a big, powerful engine, but it is noticeable. And that's one of the videos I heard. I was watching Chrome on Van City Van Life out in Vancouver. So if you see this by some randomly, hey, how's it going? Hope to meet you sometime. But yeah, he was showing how much noise it actually makes. And it's fine if you're camping, you're out in the middle of nowhere or you're away from people, but yeah, you'd have to do a lot of extra work to baffle that kind of noise. and usually not really worth it. So it has some good use, just not for people who are stealth camping in the city, because then people know you're living in your vehicle. Now it could be fine if you're in a Walmart parking lot; they won't care. But parking on like a residential street, yeah, people might care. Although I think that's slowly changing, be more acceptable because I mean these days who really can afford houses? I mean it's insanely expensive to buy a house. Crazy thing in my city, even if I had $1 million, I really wouldn't buy a house. There would be no point. I mean, a decent house I can get and would still need work about 700,000. I mean, you're going to put and any type of renovations or work into it. I can't see anything less than if it's 700,000, you probably have to put another 50 into it. Then taxes and regular monthly bills. How can that ever possibly last? So $1 million doesn't get you a house, and to be comfortable, like, there's no way you could live in a house for 10 years with $4 million. Now that's a crazy thought. But so better off to invest it in something to make you money. Heck, at $1 million, it'd be better off to spend stupid amount of money on one of those fully decked out overlanding vans. I saw one, over $100,000. So on an extreme, you can go and spend 200 grand on a really nice 4x4 stand up kitchen heated off road vehicle and living it completely comfortable for $200,000. Can't do that for a house. You couldn't even do that for a mobile home, right? And then mobile homes. Years ago, I looked at mobile homes. I thought, okay, well, they're cheaper than houses. Look at one of those. But the monthly fee at a park is about almost the same as rent was at the time. I mean, some of those monthly fees, I don't know if I've seen 400. I do remember seeing $500, $600 a month. And not to say that they should get it for free, but that's still a good chunk. It's like condos. Your condo fees are like another mortgage almost sometimes. They're on the crazy side. Dr. Reeves, I will hit the little wave button for you. Pause due to poor connection as soon as I hit the wave button. Thanks, Instagram. There you go. Hi, we're back. Instagram, really picky on that. But yeah, I mean, well, interesting that my windshield, the top part of it is starting to actually defog. Defog? Yeah. What's the temperature in here now? Let's see, I can't read it. 8.5. Still cold over there. And 52% relative humidity because I'm breathing in here, so 53 because I got a little close. So, still cold in here. As long as you got a coat on and whatnot, it's not unbearable by any means. But yeah, even motorhomes, condos, it's still still not feasible. I mean, unless the homes, you get it paid off, and maybe the monthly fees, all right. I worked it out. If I wanted to live in my element on a pretty reasonable, conservative amount of money, $600 a month. That would include my insurance, my food, my gas, and my cell phone. I would need my home internet, and that would be it. And it's like, even that seems a little on the high side, but that's attainable. I'd have to buy a few more equipment, probably like a good power station. I am looking at making my own. That's my ultimate goal. Well, my next big goal and the next big thing is build my own power station. Buy my own 100 amp lithium battery, and then build my own little box. Now, for this guy here, one of the things I want to do is, next year I want to do a roof rack. So I'm going to build one out of Unistrut. If you don't know what that is, YouTube it. Search on YouTube Unistrut DIY roof rack, and there's a ton of videos out there. I mean, roof racks to buy a decent one, $600. That's a good chunk of money for something that just sits on the roof, but you can build it for half that without even breathing hard. So that's what I'm going to do. The other benefit of building your own is that it's the material of the Unistrut has been around for 100 years, and it has a ton of accessories and mountings and clips, and because it has it has a lot of holes to it, it's used in construction for mounting wires and pipes and heaters and stuff. It has so many options and configurations. It's like infinitely configurable. So you can mount things to it. You can change things around. You don't have to drill any holes. Well, depending on, sometimes you do if the mounting doesn't quite line up to what you're trying to mount to it. That's a little more on the rare side, I'd say. But I'd rather have something like that where I could drill a hole into it and not be worried about I'm drilling a hole into it, like a $700 item I just bought. That would just suck. But so you can do the roof rack. Then I can move the spare tire. Actually, would like to replace and get a full-size spare tire. It's just kind of a donut, which is for the original size tire on this vehicle. And I've got slightly larger tires on here, and the all-terrain tire. So, but either way, the spare tire will go up to the roof. That gives me space, a big cabinet area where I can put in like a good power system and some extra storage or whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure that this is, I mean, this thing is hot. But I'm not sure that it's actually heating up inside of here. But my front window is defrosting, so I think something is happening. There's still some heat that's getting caught up here and moving forward. Things you learn. I mean, that open windshield is a probably big heat killer. But it is warming up outside. The sun's finally up now. I can see it shining. And how long have we been doing this? This is about 34 minutes and not much change. I mean, the immediate area right around it obviously is going to be a little warm, but it's still too hot to touch. I mean, it might be enough to, keep you from freezing. So, like I said, for emergency. Now, I have seen there's a company that makes products that use little candles and look like little mini lanterns for heating and cooking. And I saw a guy testing them, and they weren't particularly great at either. But having multiple ones, and because it could actually hang, the style I had was small enough, it would actually hang. So it was cool lighting, but and it didn't really. Looking at the design, it didn't look like it's really optimal for what it was trying to do. It worked, but didn't do it in that great of a process. But I might have to do something for that front windshield. So that might be like the biggest thing that's killing any heat staying in here. But that was part of the test, to figure out how effective this might be. Yeah, this isn't helping because it's not right. So, yeah, I think this is not helping because coal's coming in. So this needs tweaking, needs work. Definitely need to add some more Velcro to that. So, dollar store trip coming up. I don't know. Keep overthinking things sometimes. What I'm going to do with this. Yeah. So we'll see how that ends up going. I want to finish off what I started and see if I can make it still work. If not, well then, you know, there's nothing wrong with changing and scrapping the idea and starting all over again. But I still have to make the blackouts for this. The blackouts for the sides are easy to do. The two rear doors, I could trim them and sit them in between the glass, because my glass, the glass just opens up and closes like with like a wing, doesn't go up and down. But how to attach the blackouts for the sides, a little more of a challenge. This is all an experiment to see what works and what doesn't work, and sometimes you just need to really go through the process to understand how things work for your particular scenario. Everyone's a little different. I'm getting any movement here. 8.5, still the same temperature. And we're up to 55 degrees. And 55 relative humidity. But my window's defrogging. That seems to be working. How wacky is that? Let's see if we can. I'm afraid to move the devices because it's giving such a good connection right now. Alright, so we'll do one at a time here. There's the front windshield. I don't know how glare that might be, but the top is clear. Okay, that one's there. Let's try you over here. There to be able to see how clear it is. You might be able to see some of the clarity at the top, but it is what it is. Good enough. I'm trying not to jostle the vehicle around too much. I don't want anything to fall because they're not well attached. Time for coffee o'clock again. But hey, why not? Hang out in my vehicle just for the hell of it. And get comfy. This actually is a pretty comfortable vehicle to be in. I mean, you obviously can't stand up, but it's well suited for someone who's, you know, I'm like 5'11", so almost 6 foot, and I'm comfortable in here. For those who don't know, but they're no one on YouTube, and most of my Instagram people who are watching would know, so I don't need to preach a choir about how the back seats work. Pause due to poor connection. Thank you, Instagram. And we're back. Hey, we're back. I don't think this is really going to heat up much because I'm not getting much radiated heat out of that. That's a bit of a shame. Neat idea. When it was a little warmer out, that worked incredibly well. But it may be just because there were 2 people in the car at the time. But these aren't optimally set up yet. So they have too many leaks around it. Heat leaks, there's a word for you. This is just uncomfortable because it's sitting in a weird angle. But if, you know, an hour and it's still not 8.5, I think it's 8.5. That LCD screen is not the greatest to try to read. But yeah, if we can get the an interior roof rack, I'd like that idea. Because then you got a permanent mounting. I mean, I've seen the nets attached to the grab handles, but this car only has 3 grab handles because, well, the driver has a steering wheel to hold on to. So there's nothing up there to mount it to. So I might have to... There's a plastic covering piece that's just the head here. I might have to, you know, pull that off to mount that side to it. Just, again, not the end of the world. But if I can make something work. I like the idea of a mounting rack on the inside. Just seems logical. So a good solid place to mount something and hang things. But it would sit down here. It would be kind of close. Now we'll see. I've got, well, I'm not gonna get it. I got a hanging bar. I think it's a closed hanging bar designed for a vehicle, and it hooks into the handle, so I got something to go across. Now, of course, anyone sitting here would bang their head on it. But if it's, if I'm not got anybody in here, then it's useful for something. Mounting fans. So a guy with a really cool USB powered fan that breaks down. So it's got 3 blades on it, and the blades pop out. So you just got a little body and the power cable, and he stores it away. But then you take it out, you pop the 3 blades in, plug into USB, and it hangs down. So it acts like a ceiling fan. And it's like it's got on the power switch, it's got a rocker switch on and off. I don't know if there's a low and a high. That's certainly an on and off, obviously. But I think that was kind of cool. Now he says even in his vehicle, it was in a 4Runner. It hung a little too low, so you wouldn't be sleeping below it. But if it's off to one side, it's enough to move a lot of air around. Which in a summertime, that's all you really need, just to keep moving air around. Not even in the wintertime, you need air to move around too. Because you don't want that's how the moisture builds up. The moisture in areas where there's no air, that's where you get mold. So airflow is king. Hello, Jennifer, and a bunch of numbers. That's all I can read from here. Hi. Sorry, I keep talking and looking around and don't look at the screen as often as I probably should. But here we are. But yeah, that hanging fan, the moving airflow around, I think was a pretty brilliant idea. Now for me, it doesn't necessarily work. I would do probably the more typical ones that just mount somewhere and then just blow fans. The rechargeable ones are nice because they have their own internal battery. But it all depends on your power setup inside your vehicle. And having a 21-year-old vehicle, I'm less concerned about, drilling holes. The less holes I have to drill, the better, because it just makes it easier. But I do what I have to do. So I think today I will finish setting up my back Reflectix. Try to get that lined up nicer. And then make some more blackout screens. It's maybe I'm overcomplicating it. I'm certainly not going to paint these because I think that's, after watching a good review on how when you black out one side of these, how they become less effective. Great for stealth, but less effective for heat. Speaking of, hey, 8.7, we're up 0.2 degrees, yay. And only 1% of relative humidity. So, that may be because it's warming up outside. I would like to get one of those temperatures that can kind of go outside and inside. Saw a guy who does that. He just hangs, has in some sort of box or container and hangs on his antenna outside his van and the indoor thermometer. So it's got indoor and outdoor. So looks kind of handy little setup. Oh, I didn't hit the wave button. Let me see if I hit the wave button without losing connection. Oh, hang on. I'll try that again. There you go. There's a wave. Yeah. But yeah, here we are in almost 45 minutes. Actually, we're at 45 minutes and 34 seconds, and temperature hasn't gotten up very much. My heating system is not as great as I thought. I mean, I still can't touch it. It's still hot. But it's not radiating as much. I wonder if I just need to push that down a little, because I know it's still in heat, but... Oh, I'm going to spill coffee. Let me try this one in a second. Okay. So, okay, I'm trying to do this one without losing connection again. So this is. Wait a second, get down there. Hold on. Oh, Paul, do the poor connection. Of course you would. And try to turn the camera around. No, better. So this is a candle. And it's got a stainless steel container, and the heat rises up. No. Yeah, this is not. I move it away from that spot and I lose connection. So essentially, I got a candle and a stainless steel container above it. Think of it as a tall can. Candle heat raises up, gets trapped inside, heats up the stainless steel container, and that radiates it out more effectively than just a plain old candle. This is just a basic candle, nothing fancy, nothing with any smells in it or oils to cause chemicals or extra particles in the air. This is just your basic camera from the dollar store. It's a thick one, but the idea is that it's supposed to warm up the air. We're at 8.6, cool off a degree. And I want to see how well it might heat up in here. I'm not sure if just the daily outside temperature is what's defrogging my front windshield, or if this is actually doing something. I mean, just feel a little warmer up here, so there is still some heat that rises, and I'm guessing it's hitting the front windshield. Yeah. So we went from a nice sealed lighting to this. So it's a nice idea to try to be more effective, more efficient in your heating, but it does add a level of complication. You don't know until you try. I'm saying at 8.6, so my humidity is going up, but my temperature is not, or not very much. It's just, a little sad, and it's been, we're now at, what, 49 minutes. So, here we are. I wish it was a little more effective, but this as a heater, not so much. As a light, yes, it's probably fine. It's well, we'll see. I mean, I've moved the container down so it covers a little bit more of the candle, and see if that just captured more heat. And I was able to see the flame before, but now I've got it down where I can't see the flame. I can see obviously the effect of the lighting on the wax candle, but part of the whole testing just to see. This might not be so great, but the next setup, a diesel heater would be, super handy, but probably a little overkill. Electric blanket, electric heating pads are apparently really, really handy and convenient, and as efficient as you can get for using electric for heating. Thought about bringing my big battery out here and testing out the 12-volt one. I don't want to run it off the vehicle. I have, and I ran it for a short time, and the power cable did get a little warm, so I think the cabling is a little underpowered for the unit. So I'll probably buy some wire and rewire it so that it handles the power a little more. I'll show it to you, why not? So this is the guy. Nothing fancy. Just plugs into the 12-volt power outlet. And it has off. It's got a position 1, position 2. Position 1 is just a fan. Position 2 is actually heat. And the neat, weird design is, I suppose, handy, is that it has a handle that comes out. So, Paul, do the poor connection. All right, there we go. So it kind of looks like a weird laser gun, radar gun. I suppose with enough modifications, this could be a prop in a sci-fi movie. But this cable is a little too thin. This is supposed to be rated again at 200 watts. Right? It's supposed to be at 200 watts, but the outlet's only designed for 100 watts, maybe 110, 120, kind of pushing it. But at 12 volts, it's going to be a 15 amp, and you're going to pop an amp. On best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you might actually damage something else if the fuse is cheap and allows more current through. So this got warm, and it may not necessarily be a big problem, but you know what? When you're trying to play with power and stuff, I'm going to set up a separate 12 volt socket that runs directly to the battery and run a higher thickness wire so that it can handle the current and, you know, run just fine. Because there's no way you can get 200 watts out of a 120 watt socket. Not even possible. But it did heat up and did run, so not the end of the world. And then I've got a little stand that just mounts onto, and it rotates on a little ball joint. So, and we'll see how effective that is. It should work pretty well for heat, because it does put out heat, and so it would defrost and defog the window open pretty reasonably well. How safe it does it, on the other hand, that's the next thing. That's why I will probably just end up replacing. I'll take it apart. I mean, it was like 11 bucks off of Amazon. It was on sale. Was this one? No, it wasn't on sale. It was like 11 bucks or 10 bucks on Amazon. So we'll see how well that works. Replacing the cable is easy. I mean, there's just a couple screws holding it up. These won't be anything complicated to take apart and resolder and, you know, put new cabling in there. And same with this guy. Actually, I will probably just take this whole wire out and just replace this whole piece. Because I tried taking this off, I thought maybe there's a little fuse in here, but, you know, screw it. Let me just tighten that in. It screws, but I can't actually get it out. It's like something holding it in there. I don't want to take it apart just yet. So, I'll just wire it up myself, and then I know it's done a little safer, a little nicer. At least, you know, my part will be safe. Who knows about their parts inside. But when I get to take a look inside, I'll do a little video on that just to see what it's like. And what are we up here? We're now at 54 minutes. And we're back up to 8.7. Candle's still going. It's still too hot to the touch. Yeah. How much heat down here? No heat down here. All heat's up there. No. Well, candle's still going. Haven't put it out, so the airflow's still good in that. But just not getting much in the way of heat inside of here for about an hour. And it's barely even budged. But it is doing something, because I can feel it warmer up here than down here, which is what you would expect. So this is definitely when they call it an emergency candle heating. It's definitely just emergency. I wonder if I should have put in my curtain. That would have been interesting. I still can. I wonder if I should do that and see if it makes any particular difference. The lighting's going to change in here, but I do have fairy lights, so that should be enough light in here. Well, if we're going to test it, why the hell not? I've been here an hour, not much change. Well, you know, that's what this is all about, testing. If I move around without knocking stuff over. I have to move the candle itself because it's in the way of where the curtain goes. I'll move it a little closer to this side. Don't knock over the coffee, man. It's a federal crime to spill coffee. Alright. My curtain rod. Not even stretchy bungee. I mean, it's supposed to be, but it really isn't. Oh, look, tape. Alright, let's get the curtain out. It's fun. Most of the time I like doing this stuff is because you get to be creative. You get to make things. So, using your creativity to make something is almost as important, if not sometimes more so, than actually making the thing. Okay, so let's try this. That needs to be turned a little. Oops. Got there. All right. Oh, pull that magnet off. There we go. Now that curtain sits a little low. I have a semi-fix for this. Okay, you go there, you go there. Put the lights on. Here we go. A little more cozier. Now this is not perfect, and we'll try this again for. So there's the curtain set up, and the candle heater down there. Yeah, didn't lose it. Now, I don't have money there, so no need to show. Although the camera lens is a little smudgy. Get my glasses wiper out. Yeah, a little better. This is semi-insulating. Wider strips would have been better in there. But again, all an experiment. I mean, I still have reflectors left over. I could, beef up the insulation inside of those. I think I may consider doing that. Let's see if that helps. Pause due to poor connection. Yeah, then we're back again. Well, coffee o'clock again. And we'll see, we'll give that some more time to see if that gives any more heat increase. I doubt it. But, that big front windshield is definitely a thing. And of course, this being less than effective. I think once I get the blocks in there, the blackouts, that'll help out too. A little bit extra insulation. I mean, I've got the blackout for the one side here behind me. Do the other side, which would be really easy, a simple cut and template. And then make the ones for the back. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to keep them attached. The ones for the sides are easy because they would be pinched in there. But how to keep them in the sides and the back, the more of a challenge. I suppose I could do, little Velcro dots. They'd probably be fine for that. But those Velcro dots can be in here. And I'll have to staple the Velcro dots to the material. I think that's the only way for it to properly not come off. I mean, the material is it's black shelf liner. So nice rubberized material, good, solid. You're not seeing through it. Now, because of the lighting, I definitely can't see whatever the temperature is. So we'll give it a couple more minutes and see how that goes. But heck, what else to do on a Sunday morning but just to go out when it's cold and just see if you can do anything in your vehicle. But you do get that nice shut away from the rest of the world. Not worrying about anybody else. Have a little bit of, I don't know if this is fun, but this is part of just, the learning curve of, camping and living in your vehicle. So if you're the type that lives in your vehicle, I think a lot of people buy stuff before they actually test it out for camping. And there's probably some people who do actual testing, and I can do the testing because my apartment is just right over there. It's like, I can get out and walk 30 seconds, I'm inside. So best to do it when you have a backup place to go if you need to. The Instagram camera is a little dark. I don't know if it's just a screen. Or maybe it's a screen. I guess it was just a screen. I thought the camera itself was dark, so. Let's see. Yeah, YouTube's been on and off for people. Instagram, you can't tell if there's actually anyone watching except for unless someone says hi. No user count. First time trying to Instagram live stream, so just seeing how it goes. And now, I get a notification. So I have the Meta Business app, and it tells me notifications, but I've noticed the notifications are really, really delayed. Like sometimes even by a couple hours before I get notified there's a comment or something. So I just saw a comment. I don't know. Well, it's going to pause if I try and get out of it. So I don't know if it's just her comment. That Jennifer made a comment on the screen on the live stream, or if they made a comment on my post when they start following me. But I can't. If I leave the app, then I can't get back in. Well, pause the live stream. I suspect it's that you said hi in the live stream, and that's just a notification saying someone said hi in the live stream. But I saw that it said hi in the live stream, like half an hour ago or something like that. Now I haven't had this on very long. 9.1. So temperature is going up. Again, hard to tell. It's saying, well, the weather app is saying it's like 3 degrees outside. Ooh, that's still warm. That would be neat if that really did make that much of a difference in here. That there was a notable jump. I mean, the temperature outside is not changing that fastly, but that went up 0.4 degrees in the last, 10 minutes? So who knows? It might make a big enough difference. And that would be cool. That would be warm. Laugh now, they don't get any better, man. But this would be a neat little test. I'll have to buy some extra batteries too, because these are just battery powered. But like 2 AA batteries. So I'll have to buy some extra batteries for that. Get my effectiveness done so everything's backed out. So I'll do the test again when this is properly set up. But I wanted to do the quick test before it was completely set up. Wish it would just give me a user count on on Instagram. It'll be handy. I mean, YouTube, there's not many people up. Some has come in and out. Oh, I should share this. I don't know if I posted it. Let's see if I can do this without dropping a connection. All right. There's the curtain set up. There's the candle heat. For this, it seems I can do this from the end of my hand. Okay, share. Copy link. I think the group. Who knows? It's all one grand experiment, right? Test out. Pardon me for coffee o'clock. I don't know if this will live chat. Oh, all messages available. Oh, there we go. Haven't done live streaming on my iPad before on YouTube. There's no Instagram app, so I can't live stream Instagram from it. So I put Instagram on my phone, YouTube on my iPad, see where it goes. I'm better at 70-something%. And for about, an hour and 10 minutes, used up about 30% of the battery, which is fine. Didn't bring up any battery backups, any power to keep these charged up. So, figuring out good phone mounting systems. Really should get one of those. Well, I have something that will kind of work. Well, not kind of, it will work for the phone. I've got one of those long, bendy clamps. I've seen those used before. And they would work in here. They just, unless I got it attached on multiple points, it's going to be really kind of shaky. If I move around the car, it'll shake around. Because it's not necessarily a solid connection. It will hold it, but it's just springy. Come on, Instagram. Instagram being a pain. There we go. Hello, Instagram again. It would be neat to see if anybody from the Facebook group joins in and just says, let me say hi. But, let's see, what are we up to now? 9.7. So temperature is actually, racing faster than it was the first little while. It actually dropped down, now it's finally going up. So, I'm thinking maybe the curtain actually does do something useful, really useful. Is it perfect? Oh, hell no. Even though I got this magnet to hold up, Velcro seems to be maybe a better way. I mean, I like the magnets because it's useful, and I will probably use the magnets for if I will definitely get a tarp to put outside. Because my doors open like coach doors, so they open up like this, I can put a tarp over it, and the magnets would help hold the tarp to it. But there's only 2 magnets. I would need 4. 2 to probably go on the roof, and 2 on the doors, and the tarp would, the top part would stay in place. I would need 10 poles. I had seen a guy who had a neat idea. He had these suction cups. Yeah, and the suction cups had straps and little hooks on them. So he got a tarp and used the suction cups to hold the tarp up top, and use some tent poles to pull the tent out. So you have a nice little roof. So I'm probably going to do something like that. I like the idea, the simplicity, the versatility of it. So then you can actually be more versatile with having a canopy over your vehicle without having to spend a ton of money. I would like a better canopy system at some point, but once the roof rack is set up, then I can look at start doing that. But roof rack will be next year. This year, just doing the test to see how the heating works. I've got my curtain up now, and I don't think the day is warming up that quickly, but the interior temperature is warming up faster now that I put the curtain up. So it may be more effective than I think it is. Now I've still got a ton of adjustments to do on these, my Reflectix, and get the blackouts made for the windows. I will still, yeah, I think I will use the Velcro dots and the small black Velcro dots. Yeah, it's on glass. I mean, the problem I have with the Velcro dots is that here, in particularly on the middle windows, the rubber seal that goes around Velcro those particular ones didn't stick so well to the rubber seal. Maybe the seal was just too dirty or too much oil. I mean, I don't know. But welcome everyone else who just kind of recently showed up on YouTube, and I'm going to say welcome, and they're gone. Oh well, there was a couple people there. Could be YouTube. I've seen the number of users show up and then disappear, show up and disappear, whether it's actually people or just YouTube randomly. I don't know. But here we are. If it's cold, the reflector is cold, and that's expected. Yeah, I don't think this is not sealed well enough to be overly effective. I mean, it's doing something, I'm sure, as the temperature goes up. Humidity's gone up. We're at 60% now. But, yeah. .1 temperature just fell. I'm gonna make myself laugh more than anybody else, I'm sure. Oh, man. I'll have to kind of save that part of the video and just use that somewhere, just because I can amuse myself. But it's at 10.1, so the temperature's going up faster than certainly was the first hour I was here, first almost hour and a half. So I think the curtain is definitely helping, segregate some of the heat or cold, either way. How much longer I'll do this, but we'll see if the temperature can get up. I mean, it's still showing up 3 degrees outside. Let's see if I can maybe update that a little bit. And now it's saying 4 degrees. Yeah, temperature inside is going up faster than outside, so this is definitely doing something. That's been going on for a while. My front windshield is at least 50% clear. So the sun is out. It's not. I don't think I'm hitting the car because I'm still in some tree shade, so I'm not getting sun directly on the car. I'm still in the shade. So I don't think the temperature outside is going up as fast as it is inside. So there's something, again, between this emergency candle heat and the curtain and the Reflectix. Yeah. So it definitely will keep you from freezing. Whether it actually will be warm enough to provide real heat, I think that might just take some time to build up. I mean, obviously it's taking time to get to this point. And then if the windows open a crack, I can still see my breath. So if the windows open a crack, I'd have too much air flowing through here to keep that heat in. So, interesting experiment. You won't freeze to death, but you also won't be comfortable on anything unless you're fully, got your winter stuff on, sweater, coat, whatever. Hey, welcome to Coffee O'Clock. That should be a YouTube channel, Coffee O'Clock. I'm just drinking coffee and talking about random shit. Apparently that didn't go well with him, because someone showed up and then left. Oh. But that's kind of the joy of doing this, just having a little bit of fun. And anybody else I missed? No, I haven't missed anybody else on Instagram. not seeing any chats, but there is a strap in the way. And nope. It's going to be nope. That camera's now being dumb. Oh hey, now I got suddenly the chat's there. Hey Kristen, how's it going, man? The chats just showed up. I never saw them before. So YouTube on the iPad is kind of irritating. And of course, I don't even know if he's there because it's showing 0. That's kind of irritating, actually. I want live chat, viewing option, live chat, and it only showed up randomly. How weird is that? And that was at 8:11. Oh, what time is it now? 8:17. No, that's just the YouTube app on the iPad is disappointing because the chats only show up if I happen to touch the screen and do a little flick up, and then oh hey, look, there's chats. See, they're not really helping people when you can't actually, make use of the app. You don't know when someone's chatted unless you actually tap on it, which is, so I have to do the. Okay. YouTube app sucks. But anyways, here we are. And then Kristen, if that's you, hey. If it's not, then hey. We'll see how this continues on. Part of the experiment, learning how the live streaming works, and without doing it, you don't know what the live stream is actually doing. And now I just learned something that the chat came in, but I was not informed of it. So now I got someone who has been onto my streams a couple of times. They touch the screen and suddenly it's like, oh my god, the end of the world. We can't make connections anymore. Oh, no wonder my Instagram has been on good, because it's on my data. Nice. Wait, what are you doing? There we go. It's gonna get back onto Wi-Fi. That's a little better. Wi-Fi repeater. Nothing. My place isn't very big, but it is in an apartment building, and it is half sunk into the ground, so the signal is not quite the greatest. But I may consider a repeater, and plugging that in a little closer to the front window. You can kind of spy on people walking by. You can kind of look out and see. Well, give this some more try. Maybe if I'm lucky enough, I can try 2 hours in here and just see how it does, and that'll give me a reasonable idea. And also a lot of times when the store's open up, so I can go and buy stuff. Yeah, this coffee's so warm. It's nice. Yeah. Still see my breath in here. But if this gets up to if this got up to 15 degrees inside of here, that'd be more than comfortable. The one time I tested this, it was 18 degrees in here, but it was 9 degrees outside, so started as a higher temperature, so easier to get up to. But we'll see how the heating temperature keeps climbing so far. Let's see where we're at. We are at 10.8. Yeah, it's always a challenge to figure out if you're doing a live stream or recording. I don't know how many people go back and rewatch the live streams. I'm usually not a big fan. It doesn't seem to be great. And there goes Instagram. And we're back. Hey, Instagram, thanks for coming back. I'm more interested in watching, recordings as opposed to live streams, which is weird. But live streams just tend to be really long, too. kicking the candle. There we go. Comfortable in the vehicle. As long as the temperature keeps rising up, I think we'll be alright, but testing this out is always the fun part. But I'll get some more work done on this today. Will I go to... I don't really want to... I don't want to waste the whole afternoon in a gaming... I can go to the board games and hang out with friends and whatnot and people, but that's also okay once in a while, I think. But this is more important to get ready. Prep this up. Board game stuff isn't going anywhere, but cold weather is coming, so. Oh, hello, YouTuber, whomever is stopping by. Doing some heat testing, to see how effective my curtain and my reflecteds is in here, and they're gone. Well, they might not have heard the delay, heard the greeting because, well, YouTube is so slow. So 30-second gone. So if it's a 30-second delay, then they wouldn't hear anything for 30 seconds, and they think they went away. Yeah, words and stuff. Apparently, I need more coffee. Watching people going by outside. You get to spy on the outside from your vehicle. Yeah, this is definitely not any type of CIA covert vehicle. It's bright orange to starter, so couldn't be covert if you tried in this thing. The bush bar on the front, the obviously big square design of it. But amusing. Yeah. The blackout stuff is going to be interesting. It's all quiet this morning. The odd person randomly was stopping by just to kind of check out the live stream, see if there's anything interesting. So, guess I'm just doing this to find the interesting people. It's like, hello, random person stopping by. I don't know if anyone says anything because I have to. Oh, hello, Kristen. Is that you? The YouTube app on my screen, I don't see the chat, so I didn't know anyone says anything, and it's irritating because I would like the chat to stay up there permanently, so I know at least when I look that someone's actually chatted something. See, this is kind of ridiculous. And it just gives me the options of top chat, live chat, and hello Vegas Life, and none. Hide all chat. But I don't want to hide any chats. I want it's dumb, and it doesn't show the chat messages unless I touch the screen. It's crazy. I can't get just to stay without falling. Oh, there we go. Yeah. How ridiculous is this? I can't even get this to set straight. Yeah. YouTube streaming, definitely not fun on the iPad. It works, but I would need something else so I can see. I wish I got the Instagram on there. The Instagram chat is staying, but I'd have to do it through the browser, and I don't know how well that would work through the browser. I would hope that would be okay. But I don't really know. This is part of the testing. Hey, someone's watching. Oh, hello there, random person. Oh, I drink diesel. I think I have seen you before. Well, this is Instagram, so I've seen the thing. Janice, oh Janice, hey, Janice, has been a moment or two. So, and nobody else on YouTube. Yeah, it's morning. Yep, I'm doing some heat testing in here to see if my heating system, which is, let's see if I can do this without dropping Instagram. I'm at the edge of my Wi-Fi here. Let's try to carry it around. So, using a candle and radiated heat, I've insulated curtain. Then I've obviously got my YouTube. So I've got my, put it set up here. Oh, I don't know if it'll set up here. Okay, we'll put you back down there. So I've got the Reflectix up. I've been playing around with the Reflectix setup. I did a partial update to it, but it's not great. The gaps are there just because of the change I did yesterday, so I'll have to play around with that some more. So we'll see. I'm gonna try and finish that up today and make that look better. The gaps are there because I've moved the Reflectix off from the window, so I want an air gap between the Reflectix and the window. That air gap helps double the insulation value of Reflectix. But now I've got light gaps because I've moved it away from the actual shape. So there's that. So I got to make some blackout material that will go against the window whenever I need the blackout material. I've got one done for the rear passenger door. I need to buy some more blackout material to do the rest. So I got my Reflectix in everything except for the front windshield. I don't have one for the front windshield. So yeah, we'll probably stick to using just the sunshade in the front windshield, because I've got the curtains, so no need to do extra Reflectix. I mean, I still might down the road. I don't know. This is all part of the whole testing process, just to see what's like. So I've been here for about an hour and a half now, just trying to see if it actually does warm up in here reasonably well with the candle and the radiated heat. And suddenly live says went away. So we hit 11 yet, 10.9, and so it's a slower grow now. Let's slow down a little. So, hello YouTuber, whomever over there. I can't tell because unless I touch the screen, I don't get the chats. Like, I wish that YouTube would just allow the chats to stay on the screen in the iPad YouTube app, like it does in Instagram and on my iPhone. For some stupid reason, they have it disappear. I don't think. I don't know if I don't think it stays. I'd rather it stay. I mean, I don't care about the real estate that it takes up on the screen, and it just fades away after that. So, yeah, well, technology, man, they can't get a consistent, view of things. Everyone does it differently, and then you've got the same app on a different device, and it works differently. Like I wish there were more consistency in that type of thing. But well, we do what we can to try to make this work. I don't know if Instagram is necessarily better for me than YouTube. I mean, YouTube does one, and if I do multiple device, I don't know. Maybe I'll try using OBS and combining everything into one, but then I don't necessarily get the feedback visually. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look into some of these guys. I know I think there are services out there where you can stream to multiple platforms, but I don't know how the chat for your interaction part works. So is that still useful if you're doing multiple platforms and streaming, and then if you're trying to build an audience, make people somewhat interested in what you're doing and talking about. So one of these days I'll figure it out. And let's see, check the chat again. No more chats. It's irritating. I have to keep going in to check the chats, and just having to say that was kind of irritating too. So, but yeah, here we are. doing some temperature testing. Has it hit 11 degrees yet? Hey, we're at 11.1, but 59% humidity. So it's warming up a fair bit more. You know, when I started, it was like 8 something in here. And so now we're up to 11. So it's gone up 3 degrees. Outside temperature was only at 4. Yeah, it's still at 4 degrees. It's only going up to a high of 11. Well, I've hit the 11 degrees inside the vehicle. It's definitely warmer up here. All part of the testing, right? Well, the interior roof rack idea I think is really kind of cool. So, but at least now I understand how Instagram lets me know if someone's actually watching. The little eye does show up. So hopefully, I don't know if it has the same problem as YouTube, because sometimes YouTube will just show a 1 or a 0, but there's still people, so its counter is sometimes a little wacky, which is a little crazy, because you would think if someone's watching, there would always be a counter. Someone walking by. No. So you're kind of spying on people outside. I feel like that the nosy neighbor just looks out the window and just peeks at people going by. So now my reflector doesn't allow me to see through it all. I can get little, spacing around there where I haven't filled it up, and there's no blackout to block out the light, so I can kind of see when someone walks by. My curtain allows me to kind of see little bits going forward. What do you got? In 94 minutes. I'll see if I can tough this out for a solid 2 hours to kind of get an idea. We're at 11.3, so temperature still is increasing. So I think the candle thing does work. It's just very, very slow. Maybe the next test I'll bring use the battery and the heater, the little 12-volt heater, and see what that does in here and how it reacts for longer term and how long my battery runs on it. It's a big battery, so it should do okay. The hell? Someone pulled up? I'm facing this. See, you're not supposed to park with the driver on the opposite side of the road with the driver, man, because you can't see when cars coming out. How weird. So that must have been someone walking by, dropping some flyer off or something, or delivery. Who knows? Weird, man. Weird. But yeah, who knows? Half the fun of just doing this is seeing how other people react, I suppose. But I am in the city, and this is kind of technically stealth camping, but not really. If anybody says anything, say, hey, you're not allowed to live in your vehicle and park on the street. It's like, I'm not living in the vehicle, and I'm allowed to park on the street because I live right there. So nobody can say anything. So that's the cool thing about doing testing. You can do it and no one says anything. And look, my Wi-Fi dropped on my phone. Yeah. That's disappointing. Because it's going to chew through data, and I'm trying not to chew through data, man. Oops, I don't want that on. And force it to reconnect again to my Wi-Fi. So yeah, I definitely need better signal setup for testing here and live streaming, or just record and post it. That's probably going to be better and be less data use, that's for sure. But this is part of the the experiment of doing live streaming. What's going to be more effective? So once I understand, where to use live stream and where not to use live stream. That'd be handy. But again, it's just understanding the whole process, right? And most of this I'm just talking to myself because there's no one watching. What are we at? 97 minutes? So maybe another 23 minutes. That's just me rambling on, and occasionally somebody stopping by looking, hey, is it interesting? Nope. And then they bugger off. Oh, let's get a little more comfy again. So I think this would be okay mounting points for the interior roof rack. I just like that idea because it's so different. No one else has done it. He's the only one that I've seen do that. So yeah, I think that's definitely something I'm going to be doing. To find some good mounting points. The handles, and I'll see what's behind those plastic pieces. And see if we can use those. Be nice if we can keep the plastic pieces in place, even if I have to drill some holes through it or whatnot. I'm not worried about that. Funny, that's the best one so far, that side window. Do a little more adjustment to the Reflectex trimming. Now when it's done right, it looks good. It sets up nicely. It's funny that the the Velcro piece went missing from that one when I pulled it off. Well, when I pull everything down, I get more light in here and I can see what pieces went missing where. Pause due to poor connections. Thank you, Instagram. That's really picky. You get at that edge of live streaming. It's okay if I'm on data because, you know, when I'm in the city, data works fine. But Wi-Fi just outside my place is not so great. So yeah, so backup batteries. Maybe it is. Hey Siri, add AA batteries to shopping list.
Okay, I've added AA batteries to the shopping list.
It's funny, you actually tried to pronounce AA as a word of it. AA! That was amusing. Siri can be pretty funny when you're, you know, pronouncing words that really doesn't know that it's not a word. And then when it tries to Anglicize French words, that's also amusing too. When I was in Ottawa, and there was a street, Jeanne d'Arc, the D apostrophe ARC, and Siri pronounced it as Jeannie Dark. Jeannie Dark sounds like a kid's spy cartoon. So Jeanne d'Arc became Jeannie Dark. So I kind of feel like, you know, that should just make a little story with Jeannie Dark in it because it'd be funny. Little really on the nose character name. And purposely everyone knows that, you know, that's like James Bond with Jeannie Dark. Streaming this early in the morning is not always fun. I don't know if anyone else has chatted anything. No one else has chatted anything. That's really irritating. So maybe next time I'll swap around. I'll try Instagram on the browser on the iPad and then just use my YouTube app on here, because then I won't miss any chats at least. But I don't know if the Instagram, it would be really irritating if the Instagram live stream on the browser did the same thing as what the YouTube. What is that doing? But such is life in donuts. What are we up to now? 11.4, so 0.3 degrees. So, yeah. So it's still warm. I mean, that thing, I think it is building up some temperature in here. It's certainly taking its time. But yeah, definitely need more blackouts if I'm ever going to do this in nighttime somewhere, so that the light's not escaping anywhere. No, even the original test, it was better. Well, the reflector was against the window, so there was more light ceiling, if you will. But still have to work out a good setup for the back. I don't like the way, you know, my soft trunk in the back is kind of, it's handy, but trying to work out a good system of how it's mounted and attached so it's not sliding around everywhere. That's a challenge. Yeah. What time is it actually? 8:45. Canon EOS Rebel. Can I reply directly? I don't know if there's an individual message. The problem is I don't know if the message was on there or on here. And I won't be able to get it, so it's so weird. Oh, I should put the post on there. That's something I should do. Now, trick is, can I do it on Wi-Fi? Well, still, or will it drop? Can I share it? Let me try sharing this. Copy link. Whoops, and let's go to my Discord here. Discord here. Here and here. Here. Vehicle. Interior testing. Paste. Paste the Instagram live feed on that. Pause due to poor connection. Yeah, of course. Well, let's see if anybody from the Instagram Discord, well, not Instagram Discord, but the Discord someone set up for one of the groups. 11.5. There we go. Now we'll see. More testing. No, battery's getting down. That's okay. I'm going to do this for another 20 minutes or so, and not even, just to see. So it's an even 2 hours. Amazing. You know, you can just sit around and essentially do nothing, babble aimlessly, and to possibly no one watching. Likely no one watching at the moment, anyways. But when they do watch, some babble aimlessly. Oh, no, this is all what it's all about. So, you can still see some of my breath in here. Not as bad, but I can still see some of the breath. Yeah, and definitely starting to get hungry, so I'll have to go in and make some food. Because I didn't eat anything, so yeah, got some stuff. Just need to warm up. Yeah, I kind of want the strips to be wider. A little bit of insulation in the curtain. That's the idea. So, well, good to know. Well, I mean, and these temps, like when you're hovering around 0, that's not horrible. I mean, I still prefer to be warmer, but it's not horrible when things are just like above. It's when it gets really cold, but once I redo the windows and seal these up a little better, then we'll have a better idea of how it works. And it should be a little colder out at that point, so might be a little more effective. But that's the whole goal. Test things out, see how it goes. And not freeze to death. If it's quiet out there on the internet right now, maybe people aren't awake, or they're awake and just gone off to church. Yeah, who knows? It's just still very, very warm. I think it's just a slow way to heat up a vehicle, for sure. I need to test the other one to see how long it actually, runs on my other thing and how warm it actually gets in the air. I think with the heated and the fan blowing, I think they'll warm up superficially in here pretty quick. They warm the air up, but because the surfaces will still be pretty cold, it might not stay long once you turn it off. But it might be good to just do a quick warm up in the interior. That's entirely possible. That's what I'm suspecting. And it'd be good to take the chill out of the air so it's not absolutely brutal. I think that's probably what it's for. I mean, it's a simple tool to get partial of a job done. And post link over there. Nobody else. No one else has shown up for minutes and minutes. Well, I'll go for another 10 and see where we're at that point. Yeah, live streaming has some interesting limitations. But you're doing live streaming, you're hoping to watch people. Well, I don't have a ton of followers, so I'm not going to get a ton of people watching. But you got to do a lot of this stuff to try and get the idea out, anyways, and let people know that you're doing it. I didn't announce this to the entire world. I didn't post this. So let's see. We're just getting random people who stop by. I don't think I got any more chats. Yeah, no more chats. All is quiet on the Western Front. Yep. Coffee o'clock is closed, done. And definitely time to get more coffee. But I'll give it another 8 more minutes. What do we got up to? 11.7. So it's starting to push 12 degrees in here. It's not terrible. Still see my breath inside here though. So once we can get rid of that, a combination of slow burning and using the heater fan, I found out that my battery, it's an older one, but it's a pretty heavy duty one, but not like today's lithium batteries, but it will run a hairdryer. I put the hairdryer on just to test it out. It was on low speed and it's pulling about 800 watts according to the BMS that's on it. But it did run. I was like, all right. God only knows for how long though. That'd be an interesting test to see. I almost feel like just running it just to see how long it actually does it before it kills the battery. Because that would be a good test. That's an older battery. Now, if I'm extra lucky, a friend of mine has some old batteries, big old deep cycle batteries, and maybe we can recover them. And he says he's got a couple of them. He says, if we can get them recovered, so you can have one. It's like, all right. And these are apparently really big, heavy-duty batteries. It's like, okay, well, we'll see. And it has a welder, and I've seen people, use the welder to recover a battery. Force the charge back into it. So, of course, you got to be careful, take all your precautions and whatnot. I get it. But that's part of the, again, more experimenting on stuff. You don't know what works until you try. But, hello, random YouTuber stopping by. Just doing a couple of quick tests here. Well, quick test has been almost 2 hours to see how temperature works inside the vehicle with the current setup, which is not perfect, but it's needs some tweaking for sure. I'll do some more of that. But what do we get up to here today? So far, almost 12 degrees, and that's Celsius, and gone. Done. Not interesting enough. That's fine. Yeah, I think I definitely need to widen up those strips in there, because I want them to be a little more. The gap is too big, but that's okay. And with those, the ones in the curtains, I will just attach them together, maybe like a staple or something. Or you know what? Actually, the duct tape, so that it's pliable. And then I will have a little more insulating curtain. That'd be cool. It's a neat idea. I got my privacy and some insulation and some heat. You can still see my breath. Less than ideal. Another 4 more minutes and we'll call it quits, unless suddenly a whole bunch of people stop by and want to chat. Nope, no more chatting. So, seems doesn't matter which platform you use, there's always some sort of weird quirks with it. Yeah, surprised no one from Discord popped on by. And it's good because my phone battery's kind of getting down there too. So, hey, I don't know, because I don't see chats without touching the screen. So, if anyone chats, I don't see them because the YouTube app on the iPad sucks. Touch the screen, just swipe up, bring up the chat, and then it just fades out, and so I miss out on chats. But it doesn't do that on the iPhone, so, whatever. Testing some temperature, some cold weather camping, just to see what it's like. I mean, I made these Reflectix. And gone, so. Not that interesting, I suppose, right? But that's alright. I really wish I could do music because, you know, copyrights and stuff. That'd be funny. I have it set up my own so that I have one streaming server that has no controls like that. And tell people, hey, if you want to watch the same stream, go to this link, and you can watch the same stream but with music. That I'm not limited with copywriting. What? Something maybe to set up down the road. I should talk to a buddy of mine about setting up a VPN. I give Canadian VPN when I'm never not in Canada. But I'm less worried about that really. I don't have Netflix or Disney Plus. Amazon Prime is the only thing I have, but even then I'm not using it a lot. So I might end up cutting it on Amazon Prime. And then seeing how much the shipping really is a difference. I mean, like, it's convenient. Yeah. That's more testing down the road. We'll see how that goes. About another minute and a half. We'll just go to the full thing. And have we hit 12 degrees? We've hit 12 degrees. Yay! 12 degrees on the hygrometer. And the double side tape is just not sticking to the plastic. It just, the whole thing, well, not double side tape, from the Velcro glue is not sticking to the plastic. It's kind of amusing. I should probably put it into place and just see if it just, you know, adheres eventually. Oh, look, it came off. I can't even pull it apart. This stuff is so strong, it overpowers the glue itself. Oh my god, that's crazy. It literally just, that's the Velcro coming off, taking apart from the Velcro, man. This stuff, this is, oh, none of this stuff is just totally useless. Absolutely totally useless. So, they're back to using the cheap stuff, which is kind of amusing because the cheap stuff didn't work so great. I don't know if I have it here. I don't think I do. No, I'll have to set that up after. New reminders. Oh, yay. Well, I think this has been fun. It's now 9 o'clock in the morning, and I hit 12 degrees, so it got up 4 degrees in 2 hours. So you're looking at 2 degrees an hour, and it's just slightly above freezing temperatures with this. So, works, but not something you're going to stay overly comfortable warm on it. Oh, go away, message. Well, my notification just kind of sat there. So, the candle heater works. It's just really, really slow. It'll stop you from freezing, but it won't provide, you know, a lot of warmth unless you sit inside for a long time, and it's better insulated than what I've got. That's what it seems like. So, interesting perception, kind of neat little test. So, we'll see if the next test does anything better. Thanks everybody stopping by. Appreciate it. Let me just kill the Instagram one because, you know, there you go. Instagram done. Instagram done. And whoever is on my YouTube here, oh, I'm not discarding. Do I have to share the video? Okay, we'll do some testing while I'm winding down here. Let's see. Testing. Keeping warm with a radiant candle heater. Oh my god, how is that? Testing space. Keeping warm with a radiant candle heater. And I'll put the requisite hashtags in there. Oops, go down here. Here, copy. Paste. Tagging people, advanced settings. So needing advanced settings. I don't need to hide or turn off anything. Someone actually sent me a message. Alright, so we've done all our testing, and I'll cancel out of YouTube now. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Have a good one.